Today on Go Island, we are looking at an exhibit called Fatty Acid by local artists Rod Cordiini and Jean-Paul Langlois. Today on Go, discovering your inner artist with Island Art Girl, tourism flatlines near Victoria, and why is BC's film industry struggling? That and more today on Go. You are watching Go Island, and today we are downtown at the Nanaimo Art Gallery looking at an exhibit, as we mentioned, called Fatty Acid, featuring two local artists, Jean-Paul Langlois. He's unfortunately not with us today, but we will look at his work, vibrant with contrasting colors that are loosely based on the literary works of Cormac McCarthy. Here in attendance is Rod Cordiini, and his work looks at our relationship with modern food culture, our relationship with animals, and then the whole process of consumption. So you know that's going to be an interesting conversation with Rod Cordiini later on this edition of Go Island. And keeping in with our arts theme, we're going to throw things over to Rayanne LaPlante. She is trying her own hand at becoming an artist, and I must say the result is not bad. If you'd like more information, you can visit Penny's website at islandartgirlstudio.com. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. I love it when we have an art theme. We're here at the Nanaimo Art Gallery in downtown Nanaimo on beautiful Commercial Street, one of the greatest streets in Canada. This is Rod Cordiini, and this painting launched the exhibit, you would say, called Fatty Acid?
Yeah, it did. Well, I just was in Maffeo Sutton Park. And I don't often see the kids using the playground stuff. And this one day I saw, on a nice afternoon, these two kids eating fast food. And I thought, I laughed my head off and I thought, well, I've got to just do, this is the perfect painting. And then I started really thinking about food because I like cooking. And I'm thinking about cooking, how some of our habits affect our health. And
are you saying that there's something wrong then, Rod, with this picture, and therefore about our relationship as a society with food and how we consume it?
Well, I can't be a judge, I do like fast food myself, but I just thought that this was an amazing image, an amazing memory. Like a lot of things that I do are amazing memories of people, of things that I see.
Well, I think it's fabulous. That's why I take a lot of still photographs, and what I'm doing is capturing a moment, capturing a memory in that still photograph, and you have the skill and talent to be able to do it with paint.
Well, I went on to doing these two pieces.
In front of the television?
Yeah, in front of the television, because, they could be doing some great activity like making love or something like that. But oh no, they're drinking beer and watching some television show, or and a fellow with sort of like a chest like mine.
So you're making a statement that maybe we need to be spending our time in a more productive way, no pun intended.
Yeah, probably. Well, the television it's looking pretty sad nowadays. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to look at a couple other your paintings when we come back. And of course, television's looking sad unless you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. We're going to throw things over now to Nikki Iwanishin in Victoria. Tourism plateaued at the Shaw Ocean Discovery Centre, and that is connected, perhaps, or some are saying, to the Visitor Information Centre on the peninsula on southern Vancouver Island. Here's Nikki. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4, and today we're hanging out at the downtown Nanaimo Art Gallery with local artist Rod Cordiini. There's an exhibit here called Fatty Acid, and it's co-authored. Is that the right? It's a dual exhibit.
Yeah, it's a dual show.
A dual show with Jean-Paul Langlois.
Yeah.
First guy you've ever asked to do a show with you?
Yeah, I thought we should have a show together.
Why? Why him?
Oh, well, I just found his work so raw and vibrant. This to me is so exciting. He came to the opening yesterday in a red jumpsuit, and it just screamed red.
And this is screaming this image here too, and it's one that he created for this exhibit.
Yeah.
And it's a larger woman eating fried chicken.
That's it. Yeah,
A lot of
like
fatty acid in that one.
Yeah, like it was like old imagery from the past that he revived. I even did that with my show. I went back into some drawings that were 25 years old.
Right.
Yeah,
And you like this one here. This woman, it's called Wedding Day.
yeah.
And what does that say to you?
It basically says, this is supposed to be the happiest day of my life, and I'm married for good to this jerk.
Reminds me of me on my wedding day, and that's not too much of a stretch. No, no, this one over here, three kind of badass banditos.
Yeah, they're supposedly like Mexican assassins, and looks like they're on horseback.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know what era they were doing their assassination work.
But you like the irony of the butterflies.
The butterflies and the color is just, that pink, that blazing pink that you see reflected in the middle guy and on this guy's hat.
Yeah.
Oh, but actually it's in all three of them.
Yeah.
And it's really acidy.
Now, a couple of the ones hanging right behind us here, Rod, are what attracted you perhaps to Jean-Paul in the first place, and you think it's...
No, I've never seen these. I've
shows you what I know.
I've seen small pieces of his before, and I thought, geez, I think it would be a great idea if we did a show.
And what does that say to you? Because to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Todd's behind the camera today, and he saw humor in this, and you say you find these very funny. I don't actually see what's funny.
Well, you know what? They're so blasé and ironic, and he pulled these images off of the net and plunked them together, and they're so juxtaposing three images.
Right.
And
that aren't connected in any way whatsoever, and therefore makes them connected somehow. Is that?
And it's like Halloween on a bad trip. It really is. And I think this is wonderful. Like, he had this scarf around his neck, and he painted that out.
And you think that's a self-image, a self-portrait?
It sure looks like him.
Okay, well, you know what? We've gone longer than we already thought we were in this section. We're going to, as much fun as it is to talk about people while they're not actually here, especially when we're analyzing their artwork, we're going to come back and we'll talk more about Rod's work in the exhibit Fatty Acid after a short break on Go Island.
Because this is a big juice.
Still ahead today on Go Island, the Kiwanis Hilton's Children's Center in Port Alberni, and why is the BC film industry struggling? That and more still ahead today on Go. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4, and today we are at the Nanaimo Art Gallery downtown looking at an exhibit called Fatty Acid. It runs here until February the 28th. The press release said the 29th, but I don't think it's a leap year this year. We'll look into that later, too. We're going to throw things over now to Nancy Wilmot in Port Alberni. She's taking us on a tour and introducing us to, what is it called? The Kiwanis Hilton Children's Center, a hub of the community in Port Alberni. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4, and today we're looking at the work of Nanaimo artist Rod Cordiani. There's an exhibit here at the Nanaimo Art Gallery downtown called Fatty Acid. We've talked a little bit about Jean-Paul Langlois' work. We've looked at a piece or two already of yours, Rod. Tell us about this one.
I used to have this studio that was below Chez Michel restaurant.
In Nanaimo.
In Nanaimo, and the restaurateur was, his name was Spiros Papandreou. He was from Corfu originally.
Right.
And he'd come down after a long day and he'd talk about living in the rurals in Corfu and having the chickens and the outhouses and the piglets and everything.
And this is him?
Yeah, this is him with a chicken. I call this soon-to-be fricassee. Because it's almost like he talked about them as though they were his pets, but Man, he could make a perfect chicken cordon bleu.
Right. Well, it looks like I was saying earlier, it looks like this chicken has sort of accepted his fate that he will soon be a fricassee as a dish by this fellow who lived in Nanaimo. How old is this painting?
It's pretty new. It's about a year old.
Okay. There's humor in all your work,
Yeah,
Rod.
there's a little bit of
it.
humor. Yeah.
Why is humor so important to art, do you think?
Well, I don't know. I'm sort of entertaining myself as I'm coming up with the ideas, and you sort of snicker and laugh, you know, when I have a good idea. And
You keep looking over. You want to share this one, don't you? We didn't warn you, Todd. We're walking over this way. No, no, he says. So this is children swimming with the fish?
Yeah, they're lobed fin fish, coelacanths.
Okay.
And an ancient fish that they thought was extinct for 60,000 years. They died out with the dinosaurs.
Wow.
But they found more of them in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I just did this from memory, but I just remember this diver swimming with them on television.
Wow. So we have humor and a very educated mind to be found in the exhibit Fatty Acid here at the Nanaimo Art Gallery downtown. It runs through until February the 28th. We're going to throw things down to Victoria now. Jen Moranitz looks into why the film industry on Vancouver Island and the rest of BC is suffering. Keith Floyd in his element, another piece of work at Fatty Acid, an exhibit by Rod Coriini and Jean-Paul Langlois here at the Nanaimo Art Gallery downtown until the end of February. That brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.